gonna react to the very last bit of this headache of a video. So it's gonna be the last of it. Because so far, I mean, again, I'm not surprised. Because a good majority of what's been said fail, incorrect, and stereotypical, and very woozy-wooey fantasy, like, oh, ooh. Logically and scientifically, it doesn't make sense. Using way too much reliance on Final Fantasy and having, you know, for some reason now somebody who's seemingly possessed and now is becoming Spider-Man. Or is doing Wingardium Leviosa on themselves and going back down. That's Final Fantasy Woozy Woo Land. And also Hollywood influence. And if you're using that to justify or say how Divine's associated with Satanas and Lucifer, fail. No. You whiffed it. Embarrassingly. Oh. I'm gonna give a little bit so that way some people can get their notifications to the head. And while that happens, I'm gonna trim off some of the roses. And I'm actually going to be depedaling them. I'm going to be using them. Oh. That one's really healthy. That one too. Okay, so we're going to have to take that one out. One more rosy. Bonk. Okay. That one's okay. That one's definitely okay. That one's flawless. The hybrid lily as well. Come on, loves. Oops. Bonk. Wake up. Oh. Let me just turn this on. That way I can see people get this. Hold on, let me just also put this up here. Okay, so let's get ready to resume this embarrassment of a headache. And yes, be forewarned that I may table flip. But like before, like I say, well, don't look at me, I'm not the dimwit. I'm not the dimwit who's actually indirectly saying hit me, or even better yet, having a hit me sign on the forehead. Oh god, no. Pop, no. I'm just gonna have that one on. Scooch. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, come back. Resume the headache. Well, I can pedal and get this ready. Oops. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the reasons why some possessions go full mode. Full mode, okay. Whatever you say, honey bear.
Sudden apathy of sentient beings, the care and the well-being of others, is another sign of possession.
Apathy? Like the extreme sudden disinterest in living and life? Something like a possible symptom of depression? Or even it can be potentially linked to a bipolar disorder when it's in an extreme, like, the down state. Oops. Here we go again. This one might be getting into dark territory. and touchy territory. But honey bear, towards living and caring and the well-being of others, depression does not have that feeling of like
and demonic influence. Demons and devils do.
and that's another thing too. New drinking game. Every time when she says demons and devils like that, take a shot.
Do not care about the well-being of
Okay, go
humans.
back one more time.
Demons and devils do not care about the well-being of humans or animals or any type of life.
How do you know that? How do you know they don't give a bloody dang about any kind of life? Which, by the way, to make it even more idiot-proof, life, change that word to anything that has a state of awareness. State of awareness, honey. Use that instead of life. I mean, I'm just saying, if you want to make yourself be a little bit more reputable and more accurate, say life. Like, awareness. But the thing is, the only time they kind of don't care is, if you disrespect and, go towards them in a way that's not mindful and not considerate. Because the thing is, when you treat them like the way that you're saying, and you slander their name and you misrepresent and you degrade them, and spreading misinformation and lies and just complete and utter nonsense, of course they're gonna get mad. Of course they're not gonna give a bloody damn about what happens to you. I mean, what would you do if somebody was doing it to you? I don't think you'd, take it lightly either. That's precisely why, like I've said before, spirits and entities are the exact same way of human relationships. The only thing that's different is one has a physical body and you can interact with, the other one not so much. But nonetheless, treating it like it's a person, it's the same. Resume.
Not even Earth itself.
Not even Earth itself. Okay, whatever you say, honey bear.
They will take great glee in harming themselves.
Did you just hear what you said?
Just those glee itself or any type of life. Not even Earth itself. They will take great glee in harming themselves.
You really think the Lieutenant Divines, Ravens at times lose for themselves? You think they take glee in self-harming? Wow, you're stupid. Wow. I think I need to tell Lilith, wow, hey, Lilith dear, I think we found one dumber than Adam. Literally. Because why the heck is a divine gonna harm himself? Or herself? Oh wait, they don't do that, because they're not that dim-witted. It's just so embarrassing. It's like, oh, for bloody sakes. Come on, honey. Use your bloody head. And no, don't be thinking like, well, whatever kind of defense if anybody's even going to try and defend her. There's nothing really to defend because she's mainly misspreading information and she knows it. Because I don't think I've ever heard anybody think it'd be a good idea to call Lilith like a pimp. Not the best terminology to have with Lilith because it just shows, wow. Can I resume this?
Which is those of possess. They
Okay.
will make sure that self-harm is most evident in their possession state.
Again, no. Most definitely not. If you're thinking that the Goetic Divines have time to possess somebody and have them then harm themselves, the possessed? No. No. Besides, that's something you don't toy with, Cupcake. Please don't.
They want to hurt the person, so
How do you know that? And actually, they don't. They don't have time to waste doing this petty stuff. another fiend that's can also be classified as a demon. Hey, if they're not aligned with Satanas and Lucifer, they're chaotic. Remember, have you seen the last two parts of these reaction? I state that not all of them are aligned with Lucifer and Satanas. The ones underlined, you have no idea what they're going to do. Some are like trickster spirits. And even man-made fiends.
So that way, the more often they give torture to this human, this will make the human who's still in the possession state the captivity of the devil.
So basic.
To finally give in and give them their soul.
No, sorry. I'm so sorry. You're going along with the stereotype that is BS. Just with it. Because newsflash, none of the Goetic divines or Satanas of Lucifer want your soul. You know why? They don't need it. And if you were actually sincerely trying to even offer it, they wouldn't even accept it. Do you know why? Because what good is it going to do for them to have your soul? It's not theirs. It's yours. And that's something you can't give away. Newsflash. You can give your devotion, that's different. And that's possible. Giving your devotion is completely different than your soul. You can't give that away. Because you can't. This is what happens when you let Hollywood go woozy-woo on people, making them think BS stuff. I really want to jump off the cliff already, but keep resuming this nonsense.
Make the torture stop.
Nope.
This is a terrible ordeal. What people don't realize is during possession, the possession is not to take over the human and to walk on earth as the Antichrist. That's not.
I have nothing to say to that one.
The purpose of possession and to walk on earth as the Antichrist. That's not the purpose of possession.
Okay.
Possession is to take the reins of the human soul.
No. No, it's not. You know why? To have an invocation, which is a type of possession, believe it or not, like I said before in the last two, it's an agreement between you and the entity. Terms and conditions and mutual understanding of both parties. Both consent to it. And both sides have to agree to it. Otherwise, they won't do it. And even if you're pushing and saying you want it to happen, if you're not able to handle it, they still will tell you, no, you're not ready. Not now. Because they actually have that decency and respect. Newsflash. And no. Even the point of it is to actually help you understand and grow from it. And also to have sometimes even instances where you can't handle something, they step in for you and actually get you through that challenging time. And then afterwards, they can even teach you what happened, and then what you can take from it and actually have it as at your disposal. Hello, Elysia. I am well, thank you for that. But that's the point of it, to help you grow. And if you can't handle something, get you through it, and actually use it as a way of teaching you and how to use it for next time if this situation comes up again. Or to even help you see from their perspective too. But again, it all depends. But again, the one big thing is the consent and the mutual agreement. Because a lot of people don't think this, but it's, I'm just saying, this is just really how it is. The Aquatic Defiance, and those are Lucifer. Right now, I won't be able to because I'm doing like a live reaction, but at like at the very end of it, possibly, there's like 10 minutes left of it, but I've been like stopping and going back and forth because the person who's speaking on the video content is dim-witted. I'm trying to clean up their hot mess. But anyway, let's see.
To scare the human as much as possible within the human consciousness on these other realms. The moment this person is possessed, they're in a whole different level of consciousness. And they are being tortured adamantly, without mercy. And when this occurs, they are also going to force the human to hurt themselves.
No.
During the course of possession, the entity will try to force the human, the victim, the possessed, to self-harm.
No.
This is actually very common, and one of the reasons why, when a person is putting so much effort on hurting themselves,
Hold on.
it makes the human
No, go.
unable to witness the influences happening right.
No. No. No shit, no. Whoops.
Before that. Apathetic behavior, uncharacteristic.
So that's why. Whoopsie daisy. I know why that was doing that, because it was on another button. Whoopsie daisy. Hold on. Gotta clear up advertisements. Load, you stupid dimwit. There we go. Let's go back. Oh, not the ads again. Ugh. Give me just a second. Get
Sentient beings.
Oh, let's go back. Oh, for God's sakes, come on. Tick tock, tick tock. Before I get my pension check now, come on.
The care and the well-being influence humans self, harming themselves, self-fate, torture to escape. The captivity of the devil make the human who is still in the possession. This is a the possession is not to take over the possession, to scare the ones. The moment this person is possessed, they're in a whole different level without mercy.
Okay. Okay, found it. Okay, so let me just sit back down where I was and resume. And I'll take a look at the chat just to make sure. Well, it's actually a skill that you can actually develop, your intuition and your intuitive ability, by really, well, best way to put it, see without your eyes. Yeah, and hear without your ears. But anyway.
And they are being tortured adamantly.
Nope.
Without mercy.
Nope.
And when this occurs, they are also going to force the human to hurt themselves.
Nope.
During the course of possession, the entity will try to force the human, the victim, the possessed, to self-harm.
No. Do you think the Goetic Divines and those on the left with Satanis and Lucifer, do you think they have time to take over somebody and have them hit themselves? No, they don't have that time. Besides, it's a waste of time. And besides, like I said a bit earlier in this, don't bring that into here. Because that's a very sensitive topic, Cupcake.
This is actually very common.
No, it's not.
And one of the reasons why, when a person is putting so much effort on hurting themselves, it makes the human unable to witness the influences happening right before them.
Influence? No. A mental diagnosis is required, possibly, because either it might be a psychiatric issue or a medical issue that requires a psychiatrist or somebody who's actually a mental health provider, who's a doctor, to diagnose it. That's what's needed. Don't be pointing to the spiritual stuff until you go through the practical 3D everyday stuff. No.
Apathetic behavior. Uncharacteristic behavior.
Not uncharacteristic, because again, each human being is unique. What's normal to someone is not normal to somebody else.
That seems bizarre.
Oh, behavior that seems bizarre. Okay. Excuse me, honey bear. Your behavior's a bit bizarre. I think you're possessed. I mean, heck, the shoe fits. I mean, hey, don't look at me. She said, don't look at me. She's the one who said it. Oops, the daisy.
As if, what happened to them?
Yeah, what happened to you, Cupcake? What happened? What caused you to all of a sudden become a misinformative he-who font? Notice me. I know what I'm talking about. Not really, honey. Because when you think it's a cute idea to call Loth a pimp, okay. Well, if she's gonna call a pimp, well, I think you know her name should have been a mistake. Hey, starts with the same letter at least.
They ask, why is this person suddenly acting as if they don't care about anybody?
Depression. Seasonal depression. Possibly the downing of, like, when somebody has bipolar disorder. They have the extreme up, then they have the extreme down. Might be that. Might be a mental challenge that they have. An emotional challenge they have. Might be trauma. Go through that first and then go to the spiritual.
Why are they suddenly acting as if they don't care that they just hurt someone?
Push them off the cliff, please.
Something.
Yeah.
The possessed will have no empathy whatsoever.
Oh, now we're becoming, in a way, now we're kind of going into narcissism. It looks like, or being like, let's see. I think the right term is a psychopath. I think I might be wrong, but yeah.
For those around them.
Okay.
They will begin to harm others.
The divines on the left do not push people to commit assault, carry out assault, or do murder. And if somebody thinks they're going to be cute, to be like, well, there were charges that says, they were actually doing something like that and they were associated with it. Now you're going off of a stereotype. Besides, satanic ritual abuse? Nope, you can't charge somebody with that. But why not? Oh, simple. Satanism is a religion. You cannot bring a religious faith in the courtroom and use it as a means of defense or as a crime. So satanic ritual abuse. Nope. Sorry, honey. You can't have that there. Ritual abuse? Okay. Well, because now with a ritual, you can actually prove it. How can you prove a ritual, though? Simple. A ritual is like a kata. And a kata is actually a form of moves done in mixed martial arts to train the body and doing a series of moves repeatedly. Probably the most well known is Tauga number 1, which is a downward block and then a C-step and then a punch. You do it left, right, then you go down the middle 3 times, and you go right, left again, come back down the middle 3 times, you go to the left, and then you go to the right, you come back and down the middle. That's a ritual. And that you can prove. Ritual abuse. Doing something like that, but now instead of actually doing it to an invisible man, you're actually hitting a child. Now that's ritual abuse. Satanic ritual abuse? Nope, you can't charge somebody with that because it has faith involved. Sorry, you can't use somebody's faith as a means to show that a crime was committed. Just whiff it.
And find joy in it.
If somebody has joy in causing harm to someone, no, sorry. The goetic doesn't have time for that sick behavior. Nice try, though. Again, whiff it.
Whether it's an animal, they begin to set them on fire.
No. That's sick. Now, here's the thing, honey. If you have the mindset or the belief of something like that, I don't think, the people that actually sincerely practice this belief system, I don't think, I don't think they have a problem. I think you do. Because it kind of takes a kind of a sick, twisted mind to think of something like that. Just saying.
Or torture them.
Nope. Sorry. Believe it or not, even though some practices do still carry out animal sacrifices. It's somebody else's practice, but generally, most likely, you're not supposed to even do that. Because what is it going to benefit Satanas and Lucifer? Killing an animal for them. It's not really going to benefit them. Besides, I think Yahweh would love it. He probably hasn't had anything in, like, millennia or something. I'm just saying, hey, maybe he'll accept it. Let him have it. And hey, I mean, before, he is the one who demanded it, so let him have it. And then be all like, wow, dude. Can't believe you were forcing people to kill things in your name. Wow, okay. Just absolutely majestic. Not really. Next.
Or people, for instance.
Nope, no.
It doesn't matter if they're torturing insects,
Bugs? Okay.
animals,
Wait,
or
what?
even
Go,
humans.
go back.
It doesn't matter if they're torturing insects, animals, or even humans.
Again, here we go again. Here's the thing. Again, you have to have a really sick and just, disturbed mind to even come up with something like this to say about a group of people that probably don't even know about their religion or their faith, and just going along with a stereotype. If you're going along with a stereotype and thinking that, yeah, this is what they do, you're wrong. Sorry, honey. No. None of the people that are among the left-handed path and have the belief system, none of them have the problem, but I think you might have something in the head that's, just not clicked right.
If they find joy in self-harm,
No, you make them go to a medical professional, a psychiatric, or anybody that's involved with mental health care. Get them help. You don't believe, oh, they're possessed. No. You have to get them in a 72-hour hold. For their well-being, you have to. Use your head.
or in harming others.
72-hour hold. You enforce that. You get that in motion for them. Whether they like it or not. You have to do what's best for them and everybody else. They have to be put in the holding. They have to be put in the holding. It is what it is. Sometimes you have to make the call to do what's best when they can't do it. They're not possessed. They need literal medical assistance because they can't comprehend. Use your head.
This is a grave concern.
You don't say. Oh wait, you're spewing BS with it too.
Those that are possessed will begin to isolate themselves so much to the point that they don't want to be around anyone or even the sunlight.
I guess I'm possessed because really I don't really socialize with people. I tend to keep to myself, and I just keep to myself. I usually just stay in my room. So what? But I'm not possessed. And the thing is that people like being in solitude. In fact, when you're in solitude, you get a lot more downloads and a lot more information and a lot more realizations and learn much better. Because you don't have anything around you to distract you or mess with you. Just saying, hon. And also the thing with sunlight. Now you're going with a stereotype. Besides, there are some people, and I know someone, who actually has the condition that they're allergic to sunlight. It's a real medical condition. And, sorry, that's not, no. You're going with the stereotypical, well, they don't like the light, they're like this, they want to stay away from people, they're apathetic, they even float and levitate, they even climb walls like Spider-Man. No. This is just really just so embarrassing to even listen to because I feel sorry. I feel so sorry that it's like, wow.
They may begin to isolate themselves from all of the world
So?
and may even begin to portray addictive tendencies.
If somebody has a challenge with addiction, huh? guess what? That's not for your place to say that they're possessed. Absolutely not. In fact, you know what? If that's their challenge, so what? It's something that they have to conquer on their own. And if they need help, somebody can help them. But the thing is, if they're having those challenges, they're not possessed. And how fucking dare you? You stupid dimwit. Because here's the thing. We're going to get a little bit personal here. My mother, my biological mother, has had addiction challenges numerous times. And I'll tell you one thing. She's been more of a mother than anybody that I know of. You know why? Even when she was, on a substance, be it of whatever it was, of every kind or any kind, as far as I know, even when she was under the influence, and when I was an infant in her care, she always had my best interest. She even risked her life numerous times to make sure I was out of harm's way. So much to the point where she would call my grandmother. As soon as my grandmother pulled up, she would take the carrier, baby carrier with me in it, as an infant, put it in the car with my grandmother, and she told my grandmother, drive, go. Then she would turn and go right back to where she was at, which was where my biological father was abusing her and pretty much traumatizing her, and almost struck me a few times, but missed. She was willing to risk her life just so that way I would be out of harm's way. And if you're going to be saying that she was possessed by a fiend, how fucking dare you? Just how fucking dare you? I have no sympathy for you. I'm sorry. I could care less. Because your viewpoint is just vile and disgusting, and you know. And yes, that was intended. Because that's how I feel now. Sorry. Just completely disgusting. And you don't put it on people who have challenges like that. Because here's the thing. Everybody has a vice. Everyone has vices. And depending on what the vice is, no, it's still a vice. Don't put down someone and don't tell somebody you're possessed because of a vice. Because that's something that you don't toy with. And it's not a joke. This is serious. People actually die because of that challenge. Overdosing. They're not possessed. And furthermore, did you also know this one? This is a big one. People usually get addicted for one of two reasons. Number one, they get addicted because they're enjoying the feeling. They're in the party mode. It happens. Now the other one, which is much, 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 much more deeper. They get addicted because they're trying to cope with something they cannot handle on the emotional level and mental level. They cannot cope with something and they cannot face it, so they suppress it. That's how they suppress it. It was either one of those two. And the thing is, whatever they have to do to survive and get through and keep going, they do what they have to do. Because that's what human nature is. They do what it must to survive. But if you're going to be downplaying people for just trying to survive and not have the empathy or compassion or the willingness or even the skill of taking a moment to take a step back, go in their shoes and realize they're going through something that's really challenging, if you can't comprehend that, you can stick it and piss it. And don't speak about it that again, because that is very vile and inhumane, and I don't care what kind of faithy woozy book is thrown at me. Sorry. No mercy. Nope, sorry. Because the thing is, I take that as an attack on my mother. And I'm like, oh. I am very protective of that woman, because if it wasn't for her, I would be dead.
Notice if the paranormal behavior might seem abnormal to the common person. If you feel that you've noticed a person that you love or yourself is acting different, strange, something you seem to not be able to control, or even if you're hearing voices, such as demonic growls and sounds, especially in sleep state. You may be under the oppression
Not oppression. Oppression is pretty much being restricted from being able to do something.
or possession of demons
No, you're wrong. Stick it.
and devils.
No. Get pushed off the cliff, please.
The demonic do not pick one person over the other specifically by faith. There is nothing to do with that.
Hey. And I mean, quiet, you just missed me just absolutely. Yep, I know. You just literally missed me. Really? Please don't do that. Sorry. You really just missed me just completely tearing her a new one. You just missed it. It was not nice.
It's all about whether or not you are easily a target and how easily manipulated.
No. The thing is, if you do something stupid and you provoke them into them attacking you or, swinging at you, you're stupid. You must have done something. And you know you did something stupid.
The B to take over. Being saved by Jesus Christ has nothing to do with possession.
Besides, having that as like a religious defense, sorry. You got nothing on that one.
Being saved at all has nothing to do with demons.
Okay?
If you feel this in your heart,
Well, but hey, like what she said in the very first reaction clip, if you just have a symbol of a heart, they won't hurt you. It's just so freaking dim-witted.
that is your prerogative. That's how you feel. But the facts that I have come to understand,
They're not facts. Some completely whiff, some should not even be spoken about, and some things are just complete and utter bullshit.
and discover through many years
Many years, more like just pulled out of your tushy.
of demonic entities that I have encountered,
Yeah, you probably encountered entities that you pissed off. Or some that are not of. Sometimes it is for.
my cases as a demonologist,
You're not a demonologist, you know why? Because you don't know how to interact with them. If you're a demonologist, you know how to approach, interact, and respect them. Hold on. Hold that note. Hold on. Just a second. Whoops. Sorry for that. I had to, But anyway.
is an astral exorcist.
No. An astral exorcist, huh? Yeah, good luck with that. There's no such thing.
Demons do not care what your faith is. There have been so many people that I've come across who are atheists and still experience demonic possession. There are people that have come across who were devout Christians and still experience oppression.
Oppression, again, that's not the same thing. Hello, Lizio. Hopefully, this thing's almost done. I'm about to just say, you know what? I'm gonna jump off a cliff.
Demons and devils
Nope. They're not the same.
do not look at your level of faith in a hierarchy of a certain type of religion. What they look at is your faith in yourself and how well you can guard yourself against them. How much
No! You're so much full of shit that literally, when you open your mouth, it smells like putridness. Literally. She's so full of it. So full of crap that her mouth opens. Oh my gosh.
do you love yourself?
No.
How much do you care about the well-being of yourself?
No.
When a person loses faith within their heart of their own sentient life.
There we go again with the polarity. Light's good, dark's bad. No.
This becomes the easiest target.
Nope.
For demons and devils.
Probably, who would be actually be an easier target than them? Than those that she's claiming would be an easy target. Herself, because she has no idea what she's saying. And not only that, also kind of just pulling stuff out of the tush. But then again, that's like every bit of them. And even also to have the nerve to also even bring and even try to even go towards Lord Shiva, which, by the way, Lord Shiva, if you know pretty much how he was said to be, he actually was with those outcasted from society. He was with those. And if you know how Lord Shiva is,
This list was a vague list.
Vague.
In all honesty.
Nope, lies.
But
Lies.
still so many more things that could be discussed. One of the other last tips about signs of possession is if the person has blackout rages to the point where their eyes go black.
Contacts, maybe. And that one possibly it can, but depends.
And you feel the anger, you feel the danger, and you know something isn't right.
Something isn't right. I think it's the stuff coming out of her mouth. She's possessed.
Those in possession states won't always know that they're being played.
I think she's talking about herself.
They won't know that they're being a puppet for the devil.
Get pushed off a cliff. And hopefully, when you go off the cliff, you land and don't come back up.
But that doesn't mean that they won't still recollect something strange about their memory.
But you just said a little bit ago, probably in the last past few reactions, that they won't remember a thing.
When a full possession comes into play, a lot of the times the individual will have no control of their body or mind.
You're so stupid. The thing is, again, when you have this consent and the entity agrees to it, they go by the terms of both parties. Obviously, you are the one who has control. You are still aware. When the full possession happens, it's not 100%. You still have the awareness, but the entity is working through you. Their energy is coming through, and they're acting on your behalf, or working through you. And once the work's done, they're done. Because that's, an agreement. Dimwit.
And this is a spiritual fight.
It's not.
Happens within the soul.
No. You're stupid.
Outside of just the body as well. It happens in different planes of existence. Both physical and metaphysical.
Okay.
During instance of possession, the devil will have intercepted into the astral body.
He doesn't have... Satanus, Lucifer, or any of those Goetic divines don't have time for this crap.
Of the human target. The astral body is also in alignment with the physical body of that person. So you have the physical body, then you have the astral body. Much like an umbilical cord, the astral body is connected connected to the physical body. When the astral body begins to be attacked by the devil,
How do you know it's the devil attacking? How do you know it's not some other malefic entity? Until you prove it, you can't just point fingers and blame him. Just saying.
this is when the devil is taking over.
Oh God, can you just please stop saying devil? Do you even know where most of all the influence of it comes from? Comes from quite a few things put together.
For the astral body, mending them with the astral body, and then going into the
Wait, what?
astral body by the devil. This is when the devil is taking over the astral body, mending them.
Mending them? Mending them, huh? Taking control and then healing the astral body? Okay. How's that a bad thing? Besides, that sounds like something that's, good. When you have an entity taking over and then healing the body and then being done. Okay. That's helpful. Dimwit.
With the astral body, and then going into the body at the same time. This is where it becomes a three-part blending with the physical body.
A blending of three. Well, we only said two. Astral and then physical. Where's the third?
And that's when the possession begins to occur.
Okay.
During possession state, there will also be instances where the individual will begin to move in a very bizarre way.
Oh, I must be possessed. I must be possessed. So bloody stupid. I must be possessed. You're so bloody stupid. Like, wow. Should have been made a mistake.
Almost as if they're having a seizure.
No, don't bring that in here, because that's a medical condition that real people have. And people do suffer with. No.
In some cases, a seizure is happening at the same time.
No! You are so bloody stupid. You're not a doctor. You're not a medical provider. You know nothing about the medicinal practice. Keep your mouth shut. Don't speak anymore about this topic anymore. Please don't, because literally you have no idea what you're talking about and you need to stick it and piss it.
Possession.
No.
Not all instances of seizures are the sign of a possession.
You just said that they are. And now you're saying that they're not. Hypocritical, twathead. And also just contradicting itself. One sentence says yes, the absolute next one says no. Wow. You lost, hon? Oh, she's possessed.
So please don't freak out if you have seizures.
Wow, you're so... Stop being under the influence, Cupcake, because it's not helping you think.
Typically, if you are having seizures since you were a child, this is usually based on the brain waves that the doctor... No.
Brainwaves? Feel it. I'm not a medical provider, but I know for a fact that...
knows about your care. They know what's going on with you. They know scientifically, and they can prove this.
Yeah, like with every other condition that you said is a sign of possession. Fail.
And this is typically a good thing because it means that you're not dealing with possession with...
So, like, literally every other medical condition that you said that's a sign of possession, now you're saying that it can't be? Or pretty much like every little medical condition that you've thrown out, and I've taken it and I smacked you back in the face with it, saying don't talk about this stuff because it's sensitive, and people actually do suffer with these things, and you're saying that they're possessed by a malefic entity? No. That's why you need to, stick it, piss it, and never speak about this topic again, because you have no idea what you're saying.
which is definitely what everyone would prefer.
You don't say!
If you feel like you're dealing with an oppression situation...
Oppression. Again, oppression. You're being oppressed, meaning that you can't do something. You cannot be able to do anything, or do certain things. Not, being overridden by an entity. without your consent. Fail.
After an infestation.
Infestation. Oh, pretty much having an infection? Okay.
Or you may feel that you're dealing with possession. It's apparent and crucial that you seek spiritual guidance immediately.
And don't get it from her.
By those that are professional in the demonology field?
No. Because the thing is, if somebody is actually really in the field and know what they're talking about, again, I'll say it again, I keep reiterating it. The first thing they're going to tell you, get a medical professional equivalent opinion first. Because that's the realistic thing to do. Because people that are doing spiritual services or anything of the sort, like tarot readings or any kind of astrology readings, or any kind of Reiki, unless they actually have a doctorate in medicine too, most of the time they're not literal medical professionals and they cannot give medical advice or they cannot give prescription cures. They cannot do it. They cannot. And even the same thing too, if somebody has a doctorate in physical medicine of some kind, they can't be giving prescriptions for mental disorders or psychological disorders or those challenges. They can't. They need to have a special specification in that field.
And exorcisms.
No. You don't need to have anybody fancy woozy wooey to do an exorcism for you. You can do it yourself. It's not difficult.
By no means does this list suddenly say that you're possessed.
You're pushing it like it is.
Please breathe and know that it takes a professional to really identify this scenario.
Yeah, you're not nowhere near a professional.
If you are feeling that you are dealing with a demon or a devil entity in your home or those that you love, please be sure to go to my website at
Don't. Because I can guarantee you it's going to be a waste of your time, waste of your money, and you're not going to, and it's just going to be a complete waste of time. Don't.
Where I can help you for a small scheduling fee.
Don't. The cake's a lie.
To ensure that you are serious about the appointment and whether or not you are actually going to be present for the session.
Don't.
I write books based on demonology.
No, actually, the funny thing is, the books you read are a bunch of garbled garbage. How do I know? You know, if you're going to be speaking about the Goetic Divines, you kind of need to actually speak about them. But you don't.
Demon dealer?
No. Besides calling your book that kind of sounds like you're the one who is commanding them. The malefic and baneful ones. No.
And demons and familiars and contemporary.
Demons and familiars? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. No. With it. No.
Will enlighten you further.
No, they won't. It'll be a waste of your time and money, and it's complete and utter nonsense of a writing.
On the situations of a haunting and how to identify.
A haunting is different from possession. Fail.
By it. If you want to learn more,
stay away from her.
I urge you to go to my website.
Nope, stay away from her. Nope, stay away from her.
Get those copies.
Stay away from her.
At the website, which are autographed copies.
Nope, stay away from her.
Or you can get yourself a paperback copy at Amazon.com.
Stay away from her.
Everything I say here is based on personal psychic experience.
No, cake's a lie.
I would never make these messages or these lists or these videos if I didn't.
Well, that's full of crap.
I implore you to educate yourself.
Yeah, educate yourself. Don't listen to her.
And go to other ranges of information and education on the demonology field.
Well, some sources are more reliable. But you know what would be even more reliable source? Somebody who's actually interacting with those goetic divine beings themselves, and actually have invested with some, one, or all of them, and they put in the time, the work, the dedication, and built those relationships with them. They're going to be a way, way more viable source than this. Even more than me, actually. Because they put in the work. They spent the time. They built these relationships with them. Even longer than I have, if they have. This? No. Disgusting.
Before you conclude what you need, seeking advice and guidance from those that are professional in the field is paramount.
Paramounting? Okay. You're not a professional.
Do not make the assessment on your own, and don't suggest this to other people because it could cause hysteria that's maybe unnecessary.
Okay.
I wish you love and light.
The cake's a lie. No, she wishes just for her to be noticed. Like, oh, notice me. I'm a guru. Notice me. No, that doesn't work.
Hope and wish you the best.
Nope, the cake's a lie.
And always remember,
She's a narcissist.
as long as the good keeps fighting,
No, back to polarity.
the evil won't win.
Back to polarity. What's good to you may not be good for me. What's evil to you may be good for me. What's, good for me may be your evil. You never know. The cake's a lie.
I wish you guys love and light.
Nope, the cake's a lie.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yep, and I'm just so amazed I didn't throw up.
Take care.
Get pushed off the cliff. God, finally. I don't think in all my life I have ever encountered. Actually, wait a minute, I have. I don't think I've ever encountered anything like that and have it be just so bloody embarrassing to listen to. Because really, she should not be speaking about this field at all. No, 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 no. Because it's embarrassing. Okay. And also, just for another bit of a giggly, for those of you that are familiar with the Vedas, like my viewers from India, who I absolutely adore, if you happen to know, like, how the Asuras, the Asuras, the quote-unquote demons, did you know those are people? Human beings? What? Yes. Asuras. Demons. The ones that Lord Shukracharya guides and is a guru to? The one who can bring the dead to life? The one who surpasses Brihaspati? Jupiter? They're human beings. They want to ascend to the Deva. They build towers to get to there. They're not doing it to get to the status, but because they want to get to the same state of their paradise, which all depends on the person. They want to experience the paradise, their paradise, like the Devas are, and enjoy. That's being more drastic. Human beings, or Asuras, are the demons. Rakshasas are those that may look like Asuras, but they're the most tamasic beings ever. It is what it is. You need them. You need them as much as you need the Devas or the Asuras. They all need one another. I'm just saying. Without one of them, there's an imbalance. If we don't have the Devas and like the Asuras and the Rakshasas, all that it'll be known for is destruction and having no inspiration to live in enjoyment and not even seek paradise. If you only had the Devas and the Asuras, you would have nothing be destroyed, you would have nothing be pretty much eliminated, you would not have a foundation for things to be built upon when they need to fall. If you have the Rakshasas and the Devas, you don't have a middle ground. Anything that's paradise becomes destroyed. You don't have a middle ground. You don't have anything being the foundation or the 3D to have both come to. So, again, I'll say it again. Asuras, the demons, they're people. Besides, it kind of even doesn't make sense about this too. Did you know? Well, of course, hopefully you know. Shrivacharya is pretty much the guru that's associated with the planet Venus. And Venus is an outcast planet. How's it an outcast? Simple. The way it rotates on its axis, it goes the other way, very slowly. While the other planets go the other way, besides Uranus. So it's an outcast planet because of that. It goes in the right direction, yes, but the way it spins is opposing it, very slow. It's an outcast. Like Shani, Saturn. He's also an outcast. Shunned because of pretty much of him being limp. Yes, I am, Annie. Here I am. I hope this thing's still alive. If it's not, well, I'm gonna push it off the cliff. Ugh. And even also, here's this. Like the idea of Lucifer being casted out of heaven. Okay. Let me just completely take that and just be all, oh, he got casted out of heaven, huh? Okay, here, let me just drop this truth real quick. So, Lucifer was casted out of heaven, left to die, for him being in vain. Let's see here. Okay, so when he was casted out, he vowed that he would rise up again, ascend again. Okay, keep that in mind. The planet Venus has an astrological movement called the Great Dip, meaning Venus goes behind the sun, where you cannot see it. Venus goes to die. Lucifer gets casted out, thrown, left to die. Venus goes behind the sun, dead. 3 weeks later, Lucifer vows to rise again. 3 weeks later, Venus comes out from behind the sun, reborn. Lucifer rises again. Lucifer as the planet Venus. And when Lucifer got casted out, that's when he then went to the humans to uplift them and to take them out of their suffering, to bring them out of death. Because that's what Venus does, makes the dead come back to life. Somebody's depressed, Venus brings them out of it. Also leaves a legacy. And when Venus comes back out reborn, it's a rebirth. Make the dead walk again. And even if you do have an interaction with Lucifer, and if you actually really sincerely do, and interact with him for some time, you're going to realize, oh my Lord Lanta, I just feel just so uplifted. Like there's nothing wrong. Blissful. As some people say, it's like his voice. It's like if honey could speak. Honey. a honey sounding voice. I think that sounds majestic. Because that's what he naturally does. If somebody's suffering, he brings them out of it. If somebody is depressed, if somebody has no hope, or if somebody is pretty much going into a near-death experience, he goes, yoink, pulls them out of it. Because really, he rescues the soul. He's also the one that is the enlightened bringer. And being in death also does mean you're in ignorance. When you're enlightened, you become aware. The enlightened bringer. When you're ignorant, you're dead. When you have enlightenment, you're aware, you can see, you're brought back to life. Let me just do an instant replay. Uh-oh. Looks like I blew a hole in this one. Oh well, that's what happens when you have old geezers saying whatever they can based on actual stuff from other beliefs and try and make some kind of just sick woozy woo and just twist it. BS. So most definitely, this individual who I was reacting to, don't get any kind of service from her. Don't. Because for one, you're wasting your time. Two, you're wasting your resources. Three, you're literally you're playing into something that literally, you might as well just take your money and put it in the toilet and then flush it. Because that's what you're due to be doing. And, I'm sorry, but, no. The speaker and whomever I was reacting to, they don't know what they're talking about. They never will. They're too equifante to even realize it, and they won't ever admit it. I mean, I sincerely care less if they all of a sudden stumble upon this and think, oh, how could they say this about me? Well, because you're stupid, that's why. If you weren't this, I wouldn't be saying it. Because, I don't like talking crap, and I don't like saying BS. I don't like doing that. Instead, I tell the truth. No. Yeah. What? What, Annie? Not you, Annie. You're in the clear. This has nothing to do with you. You're in the clear, hon. You're perfectly fine. You're all good, girl. Okay. She's saying, oh, here, hold on. Hold Adam's head for me, hold on. So, hold his head. Give me a quick switch on. Alrighty. Give me that one then. Give me this one. Evil. Where did it go? Let me put it over on the other side. Hold on. Hold Adam's head still. There it is. Okie dokie. I need it. Yeah, just Okay. Let me see. Oh. I'm handling stuff. And probably that's the most important. If I was not handling, I'd be table flipping. But, no. Holy Lord Lanta. Lord have... Oh, God, I got that stupid song stuck in my head. From Lilo and Stitch. Must be a hunk of burden look. God, now it's stuck in my head. Got the hunk of burden. Oh, God. Oh, here's another nice mess I got myself into. Whoopsie daisy. Okay. Come on, let's shuffle. Come on, honey. Thank you. You know, sometimes, whoa, I thought I dropped that one. Sometimes I wish, I had like the remote from the movie, what was it? It had Adam Sandler in it. I'm trying to remember what movie it was. Crap, what was it? Click? Or something like that? I think it was Click. Click? The one with the magical remote that made Adam Sandler be able to do, like stop time, make it go faster, slow it down, or just reverse, or just redo something. Okay. I'm not very surprised. Okay, there's one. Huh. That's just not... okay. Okay, now I gotta clarify that one. Okay. So Annie, do you want the divines first, or do you want the vampires first? Which ones would you like? Which do you want first, vampires or the left-hand divines? Okay, well, for one, oh, there we go. You know who that? I wonder who that is. I wonder who this is. Mm-hmm. Yep. I was just talking about him a few minutes ago. There's that. Here's the other one. Lucifer and Loth. I think you have the backup support. First, current position, temperance. You're in the middle. You're taking one state of something, and then another state of something else. Yeah. Probably because this is too dark. Oh. No, don't. Come on, no. That's probably the best you can get. But anyway. Temperance. Standing on one element, water, and the vampire's wings in the up in midair. He's in the in-between, going from one state to another to another. Clarifying that, you have the first state, the first thing that's being taken, Queen of Pentacles. Besides, if you take a look right there, you might not be able to see it, but on the very bottom of that pentacle, it says Loth. So, you have Queen of Pentacles and Loth is involved. Well, look at that. Double the Loth. Queen of Pentacles, and then you have a King of Twigs. Fire and fire. Who has the most potent flame of life? You have feminine and then you have masculine. Pentacles is earth, which is feminine. Then you have king and fire, which is fire and extra flaming. So you have the blending of feminine and masculine together. What do you get? You get the world. You get this thing ending. The thing that ends, Three of Cups. See how she's like, I'm lost. Oh God, what am I gonna do? Yep, that kicks the bucket. I feel lost. I don't know what to do. I feel grounded and stuck, and I just feel just anchored into this place all by myself. But now here's your new one. Pretty much the new beginning of this transmutation becomes Eight of Twigs. Breaking out of that BS. Breaking out of this stupid cocoon. Spreading the wings and flying. Going Hong Kong Phooey. Spread your wings and fly. That's going to be what this state is going to be transmuted into. Give me three more to be aware of. Be aware of first one. First one, be aware. You have to be able to move in the shadows. Meaning, you have to also be more intuitive to the darker things. Meaning, you have to be able to not react to things that are in the dark. Shut up. And also being able to be undetected and work alongside the dark better. Number one. Number two. Number two. Now you have the Knight of Blades. Again, be in the shadows and strategize and think before you leap and fly into biting somebody's neck, metaphorically. But also think of other creative ways of, acting. And think of other strategic ways of thinking on how to go about things like this. Thank you, Randy. I'll buy you chocolate sometime. If you like chocolate, that is. Ah! And the last third to be aware of. Okay, last one to be aware of. The last one. Oh, you have judgment. Last thing to be aware of. You've already passed this test. Already passed it. You don't need to be going back through it again. You already passed it. You've already succeeded. You've already won it. You've already made it. You don't have to go back and test yourself again. You made it. Full speed ahead. There's the same thing again. You've already won. You already got your carriage full of gold. Now right off in the sunset with it. And don't let anything or anyone stop you. Don't care who it is. Don't care if it's Hanky, Panky, Spanky, Wanky, Danky, and Frankie. Don't let them do it. But remember, it's your life, not theirs. There's your Ten of Pentacles. There's Ezio from Definitely Not Assassin's Creed. Take pride in all that you have gained in this endeavor. Even if you have to be unjust, even if you have to, take justice in your own hands and spike them, don't be afraid to. Just spike them. And off of their head. Because you're going to be getting your best closure that way if you take it into your own hands and appreciate the work you do. Because like I said before, when it comes to you and your life, who comes first? I just said the answer to. You. What? Until you're up and okay, nobody else matters. What if they have a kid? I don't give a damn. That kid can wait. You have to get up first. Because if you can't get up, how are you going to be able to get up and help the kid if you can't do it? Well, come on now. People can get up and move. Well, no shit. I was going at it metaphorically. If you can't care for yourself, how in the heck are you going to care for a child? You can't. You can't do that. And there's some people that say, well, some people do it. Well, yeah, because the thing is they're being forced to do it. They don't know how to care for themselves. They should wait until, they can care for themselves. Then go for having a child and raising them. I did not get anything like that. No, I did not get anything of chasing them. I got no sign of chasing anywhere. Besides, again, remember, you have Lilith right here. You think she chases people? Do you think she even wants to chase somebody that she's like, nope. Sorry. Done. If anything, if she does try and go back for an ex, it's probably to knock the wind out of him. I mean, that's sad. He got taken out. Yep, he got, yep. Got ganked and was like, is that you, Lilith? Mm-hmm. Oh, you haven't aged. But you have. Now you're dead. Stop. I also sent you a message to Annie. I don't know if you got it. Oh. I don't know. He can get pushed off the cliff. And, maybe, I think it'd be good if someone just, surprised the gang to him, like, hey, what you doing? Nothing? Good. Hold still. Oh my god, you just hit him in the face with a bat. Good. Keep swinging. Keep swinging until, he can't feel anything. Bonus points if, you break both kneecaps and both elbows. Hey, let's go chase. Maybe, who knows, maybe we might run into Chevy Chase. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Last one. He's gonna get his card back in. Besides, how much older is he than you? What's the age difference? Because since I know where your Saturn's at, which is pretty much almost like the same as mine. all I need to know is just like the age difference and which way. Older, younger, don't matter. Because I'm actually gonna. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm always perfectly fine to talk about anything because I'm completely. Here's she who's not having it. Turn up the sass. Off with his head. Bonus points if you make him stop moving. But anyway, I guess we'll just talk about it then. Actually, I'll just end the stream here. We can go from there. 7 years. Okay, let's see. That would be 2.5. Would be going. Let's see. So Aquarius, that would go back. That would be Aquarius 2, be Capricorn 2, 4 would be Sagittarius, 8 would be. Well, I mean, he might have a Scorpio Saturn. And the thing with Saturn and Scorpio, if you mess up with a Saturn Scorpio, especially if Saturn's in Anuradha, oh boy, oh, talk about a big whoops. Okay, then I also think Saturn's gonna be going into Pisces. Sure, what? There she is again. She who's not having it. Anyway, I'll just message you on Messenger. Then yeah. But I mean, I still gotta get that set up too, but anyway. Well, I'm gonna end the stream here and talk to you in a moment, Andy.